Good morning. Heather Givens here from Crimson Tate. Welcome back to the Indiana Quilters Trail Sew Along featuring the Indiana Quilt. What is it called? Indiana Trail Mix Quilt. Designed by Mike Stevens, pattern drafted by Connie Lancaster, and we are the next step. We're the next segment. We are focusing on flying geese. Now, I have to be honest with you. I sat down, made all kinds of notes about, okay, this is what I think about and this is what I do. And then I found an amazing video on YouTube that I'm just going to share with you. So we're going to keep this short and sweet. One thing that she doesn't cover in the video are some of the tools that I think that you might like. And so I want to show those off. And I also would be remiss if I didn't share this quilt right here, which is a block of the month that we are doing at Crimson Tate. It's called the Traverse, and it's made with artisan shot cottons, and that begins in July of 2022. So we hope that you will join us for that. But in the meantime, let's look at some of the tools that we use to make flying geese easier here at Crimson Tate. Now, while these things are not totally necessary, they are things that we have found make our lives easier. So the first thing that I want to show you is this cutie, tiny baby Omni grid ruler. It's a 1/2-inch ruler, which means that when you are marking your flying geese, you can mark right down on the left and the right of center. Oh, that's for half square triangles. You know what else you could use this for? You could use it to, if you're going to make the bonus half square triangle when you make your flying geese, this will come in handy. So this guy I love. I keep in my notions bag. I use it all the time. The next thing that I want you to know about is this. A nice woolly mat is super luxurious, and what happens with that wool mat is that it actually allows you to flatten your seams nice and flat. It kind of heats up a little bit, so it's great because then it will iron your fabric on both sides, because you've got your iron on top of the fabric and you've got this heat source from below. So they are both of these items I would highly recommend. The teeny tiny baby Olizo companion piece, the thick wool mat, and the two together make pressing seams of blocks a charm. All right, so then the last thing that we highly recommend is just a fun pencil. So if you've ever shopped at Crimson Tate, you know that we often give you cutie little pencils. And this one says, that's bananas. Before I wrap this thing up, I do want to send a humongous shout out and congratulations to my nephew, Caleb. Today is his graduation day from nursing school, and I couldn't be prouder of him, and especially in this moment, as nurses are needed so desperately. I'm super proud of him for finishing and taking a new job and, becoming a nurse. So we are all super proud of you, Caleb. So that's that. Now, the last bit of information that I want to give you is, don't forget, I'm going to link below where you can find some of these products if you're interested in more about the Traverse block of the month, if you're interested more in about the woolly mats or that cutie little ruler, which, by the way, you don't really need it, but it is nice to have something small like that when you're working, especially if you have to mark a fair amount of things. So we look forward to next time meeting the designer himself, Mike Stevens, who will be taking us through the next few sections. I would love to see everyone's progress. So if you will let us see here in our Facebook group the progress that you've made, that would be great. And this has been, short and sweet, and I appreciate you coming alongside. So we look forward to seeing everything that you're making.